Hello, my name is Nicieza. I'd like to welcome guys to my channel. Today we're going to talk about a really good Magneto miniseries. It's called Magneto Dark Seduction. This takes place after the moment in X-Men history where Magneto was given sovereignty and control. No, control and sovereignty. There we go. Over Genosha. He's the head of state of that country. He's finishing off the Civil War in this place. Also, this happened right after the 12 crossover where the X-Men battled Apocalypse. That was a real letdown. Like, Marvel really built that crossover up to totally screw it up. Magneto's having issues with his powers. He's really depending on Polaris for the oomph to his power sets. Like, he can control magnetism, but like a power source. So the main characters to the story, Polaris. I love the evil Fabian Cortez that is always planning and scheming evil stuff to take advantage of any type of situation. Pipeline, Scanner, Jenny Ransom, Philip Moreau, Quicksilver, Alda Huxley, Amelia Vo. These are all characters that always revolve around Magneto, especially in Genosha. So he's bringing control back to this island nation that used to exploit mutants as slave labor. And there was like this big civil war, and Magneto's in control. Quicksilver's there to make sure there's no abuses, like trying to keep his dad in check. So you can see there's a lot of racism, especially now since the mutants are in control against human populations. Things aren't okay. There's an area of Genosha called Carrion Cove, which it's like the last bastion of the rebel forces fighting against Magneto. They're actually getting funds from Roxxon, so things are not on the up and up with these guys. They're not straight up freedom fighters, but there's a ton of mutant mercenaries actually fighting against Magneto. Some of his ex-alkalites and stuff like that. I forgot to mention, the writer of the story, Fabian Nicieza, kills it. Roger Cruz does most of the art to this story. Also, I love his drawing style, especially the way he illustrates Polaris's powers and stuff like that. Magneto does have noble intentions. The thing is, he's just really heavy-handed, and he has sort of racist inclinations, obviously, with his character. Even though he does want things to be good for mutants, it's sort of in detriment to the humans, but the humans were total dicks to mutants prior to this, so you have that situation. Polaris is dealing with the death of Havoc after this, so she's dealing with depression. That's why she's working with Magneto. A pretty good story. There's a lot of political intrigue, a lot of confronted interests between groups, and what's going on in Carrion Cove is actually there's technology. It's the technology that was used to create the mutates, the mutant slaves, and no one wants Magneto to get his hands on it because he's going to get his powers back, and he's going to be full-powered Magneto, and this is obviously going to be a liability to the world. Scarlet Witch is sent to Genosha as a liaison of the United Nations, keeping an eye out on Magneto so he doesn't go crazy and start killing people left and right. She's there to control him. Magneto starts showing Scarlet Witch around. The whole political system it's pretty interesting, the whole debate, because it's sort of like it oscillates between communism and socialism and stuff like that. And there's one moment where she says, this is socialism, like it's a bad word. and it's like, no, we don't put labels on things and stuff like that. And like, the situation is sort of prone to abuse towards humans and stuff like that. But it's sort of interesting. I like the angle they were going for in the story. So even though he's heavy-handed, things are sort of working. People are okay. The crops are working. The roads are. The infrastructure is all up and running and stuff like that. The Avengers arrive to help Magneto quell this rebel situation, try to bring peace back into the country. The problem is Magneto didn't call for this help, so he's really pissed off. awesome cover. It's so good. This cover is a total classic, where we get the Avengers fighting against Magneto Loyalist, and then we get a awesome battle against Magneto. And the art is really, really good. The accent is solid as hell. I love the effect they give again to Polaris and the use of her powers. But Magneto discovers that there's this technology to create mutates. It's actually, I think it was created by Sugarman. When he came back from the Age of Apocalypse, he arrived to this place years before anyone else, and he's the one that developed this technology to create these mutant slaves. So Magneto, tired of his fight with Avengers, drops a city on them of his own people. So that's sort of really questionable. But Polaris is able to stop a total massacre and carnage using her powers. So the Avengers stop hounding Magneto. They set out to start saving people so Magneto can investigate the situation. Polaris is really pissed off because she was helping Magneto, and now he flattened the city just to get his hands on this technology. And in the final issue, where we change artists, sadly, it's good, but I like the other one more. Jorge Santamaria Garcia. We get Magneto fighting against Polaris, but what happens is, obviously, he comes out on top, gets his powers back. We got full-on, totally awesome Magneto. He's back. He's not dependent on Fabian Cortez with his energy boost, or Polaris, or on anyone. And that's really awesome. I like seeing Magneto in that form, not the dependent Magneto that depends on others to get his powers and stuff like that. Uses MGH or something like that. And it's pretty cool because it sort of sets up the situation that Magneto's back. He's the head of state. No one can mess with him. Like, he straight up kills Fabian Cortez because he was the one behind the rebel stuff. Straight up kills him. Then he just dispatches the Avengers like with a flick of a wrist. And it's a pretty good story. It's a good read, even though I spoiled the hell out of it. So hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time. Bye.